Okay, so now let's talk about thick skin. Thick skin is something that I've really had to master over the last 5 to 6 years. And if I could wish for anything, if I could go back in time and wish for like one piece of advice for someone to give me, now is for them to tell me that, Monty, you need to build your thick skin now because you're going to experience a lot of hate, a lot of betrayal, a lot of envy, a lot of sabotage, a lot of people just like not liking you just because you're pursuing what you wanted to do. And if I feel like if I would have had that knowledge that pursuing my dreams would come with so much backlash, I don't know if that's the right word, but it could come out with so much, then I think that I would one be further than what I am, and I wouldn't have allowed like my emotions to get in the way. But honestly, y'all, people we grew up people telling us like to pursue your dreams, like follow your dreams, believe in yourself, push, go, do all that. And we also grew up as black people with the notion that we should support one another because we're black and Black Lives Matter and all those things. But what people don't tell you actually is that the hate is actually 2 times as more in the black community, which is something that we actually have to fix because if we are all trying to get out the same place, we should all help each other to do that. But also, you guys, you know, I touched on this the last episode that people when they realize that somebody is talented, when they realize somebody has a gift, that they actually target that person out and they make that person, they treat that person like shit, And usually, when you have a gift and you're pursuing it, you're ostracized from the world. You're made separate, and that comes with a lot of like flack. And a lot of people give up. Like I had a lot of friends that give up on music because they couldn't take, the pressure, they couldn't take the heat. But honestly, it's really rewarding following your dreams, but it's a lot emotionally because you're taking something on 2 times more. Like it's already hard dealing with shit at your work. It's already hard dealing with shit in your family. It's already hard dealing with stuff like in your day to day. So imagine dealing with stuff in your day to day, paying for your regular bills, then also dealing with hate, dealing with rejection, what comes naturally with anyone with life, but dealing with hate, dealing with all that backlash and all that stuff, and paying for your career too. You're paying for bills, you're paying for your career, and you're dealing with hate, you're dealing with all this drama, it's 2 times more drama. Anybody would give the fuck up, but you need thick skin to really persevere and keep going. So, and that's another thing. Like a lot of people that we admire today, like Beyonce, Kelly Rowland, Mariah, and Nicki, they had to deal with all that, and they've built thick skin to the point where we're the pawns in their game. But that's another subject. That's another episode. But everything is a game. It's an entertainment thing. So, you guys, if you see yourself in the mirror, I remember it was you. You had told me what helped me build the tools that I needed to actually have the thick skin. It's like I was asking about a performance, like some skills I needed to like master this performance. It was my first performance ever. And you told me you need to look in the mirror and practice in the mirror 100 times. And keep going 100 times and 100 times. And it was so funny because I overthought it. Like when you said it, I was overthinking like 100 times. What had that look? How do I need to do? What do I need to do? But of course, practice your performance 100 times in the mirror until you perform. But also practice like when you walk out the house. If you're a creator, if you're an artist, just practice like how you're going to interact with people. Practice if somebody comes up to you with negativity. Practice just practice you need to practice everything. Prepare yourself if you're going to follow your dreams 100%, you guys, because it's tough out here, but it's very rewarding. And another thing is people are already who they are before we've met them. And let me explain just a little bit. So a lot of times we meet people and say, for instance, they rub us the wrong way or because we grew up a certain way, their viewpoints might not match our viewpoints. And what we tend to do instead of meeting people right where they are, we tend to just cut them off, shun them out, and judge them as if they're some type of foreign, like horrible person, or they're just like, just shit to society without recognizing this person was already formed. In God's words, wonderfully formed, before we walked in. And so, and so, like, to try to change someone is not fair, not only to that person, but is not fair to the growth of the relationship, because it's like, I'm trying to think of the perfect correlation here. It's like, okay, I walk into the room, we're drinking at the table, and we have margaritas, we have wine. Some people like ice in their margaritas and, in their alcoholic beverages. Some people don't. But because John don't like ice in his margarita, he's now, look at him. Maybe John grew up under the notion that ice and margaritas, this is a good example. The ice and margaritas is, people already have their things, y'all. You cannot edit that part out, but you cannot expect people to be who you expect them to be. You have to accept people right where they are. That makes sense. And of course, if you have an issue with how something they came off to you, just have a conversation with them and say, hey, this rubbed me the wrong way. What can we do? Try to find the resolution instead of blowing the shit out of proportion, damaging people's characters, and not accept, it's just because you want somebody to accept you where you are, because your shit's not all the way together either. So treat people the way you want to be treated. Don't we already know that? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you guys, especially on the creative scene, stop expecting people to be how you want them to be and accept them for who they are, because we're all different. That's all.